Everyone dreams of living an uncommon life, and the best asset you have to achieve your dreams is you. Welcome to the Uncommon Wealth Podcast. We're going to introduce you to people who are living uncommonly. We're also going to give you some tools and strategies for building wealth and for pursuing an uncommon path that is uniquely right for you.
Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Uncommon Wealth Podcast, where I'm the host, Phillip Ramsey.
And I am Arron Cramer.
Thank you for tuning in. We're talking about a simple step today, which is quick, and it could be a longer simple step, so I want to go straight into it.
But we're going to stick to the Norman. Yep. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Arron has no idea, which he loves. Okay, here's the basic premise, and I'll say it two ways. The first one is the quickest one. When there's an emergency and there's oxygen that comes down from the plane, what do they say first?
Put the mask on yourself.
That's right. Put your mask on yourself before you try to help anybody else.
Yeah.
The other side of this was I was a lifeguard for a while. I never have been a lifeguard in like an ocean. But when I was a lifeguard, they taught us if you ever are in a precarious situation with a victim, you always throw the victim in ahead of you to like take the brunt of a blow if you're like getting a wave pushed into a coral reef or something. You always throw the victim instead of you in the coral reef. And that has always stuck to me. It's just so counterintuitive than what how I think.
Yeah.
But the point is that if you were to throw yourself between yourself and the victim and take the brunt of that hit and you knock yourself out, you both are going to die. That's the point, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing on the oxygen overhead. If you're knocked out, you can't help anybody. And so that is my simple step for you, Arron.
My gosh.
What is it that we have to do to make sure that we are healthy and that we are sustainable and how we are like moving forward? Because if we're down, we can't help anybody else.
Yeah.
Or if the listeners, what are you doing that's sacrificing? And like, is that natural for you to just be like, okay, how can I serve other people and I'll sacrifice myself before that? But like eventually that runs out and you can't help people. So that's my simple step.
Dang, that's a good simple step.
And we're only 2 minutes in, so we can talk about it.
I know.
Let's go.
Dude, like, I don't know so I don't know where this all aligns, but like we've talked about this on the podcast. I suck at this. I'm totally going to be that guy of like, here, take the mask.
Yes.
And probably kill 5 more people along the way because I don't save myself.
And you were the only one who'll be able to get that door off that plane. Yeah. Because you were the strongest one.
So this is a hard one. Because like when you have a serving mindset and you just want to help people, the thought of like, especially the lifeguard one.
Yep.
Coral reef, like, I can't imagine hurting somebody else. Well, let me take the blow.
Yes.
Because when you, like, now, this might be a pride thing, but I'm just like, oh, no, I'll take the blow. I can take the blow. I can take it.
Yes.
So let's take it and we'll keep going, But, like, we're all human. Like, we can only take so much.
That's right. So I think the overarching theme is, like, are you going down a sustainable path?
Yes.
For you. And so if you're not, what can you do to put the oxygen mask on yourself first?
Yeah.
Or how can you make sure that you're in a good place so you can go and help and serve other people?
Yeah. Because then to challenge our listeners, like, this is going to be a hard thing because this is like, I didn't know what this was. And now that I know, I'm like, I'm over here like, no. Like, I can sustain it. Because I don't want to be told that I can't handle something.
Yes.
And,
I'll take a real like example. Yeah. So it's been stressful for the past year, whatever. Yeah. And then my wife she scheduled a physical for me, and that physical came out like I have high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. And like that wasn't good. And so what I was thinking is like I really want to serve my family. I want to serve our team. I want to serve our clients. But am I serving my like innards? Or am I just feeding it with absolute rubbish?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not being a good like steward of what God's given to me when it's just like my body.
Yeah.
And like for whatever reason, you can go into psychology of that, but like I need to really look at me as like I need to serve myself well.
Yeah.
And that was like the reason of like, okay, this is a good podcast because this is something I'm trying to figure out right now is like, how do I feed myself actually good food? Yeah. Stop eating so many cookies, Phillip.
Cookies are so good though.
I get it. But all the things I know I shouldn't be doing, I was doing. And it was affecting me in such a way that like I was going down a bad path.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that I had this kind of like, what?
Yeah.
And now we can kind of right the ship because it's important that we are healthy and you are healthy, listener. So
yeah, you gotta be healthy. Really evaluate it because it's hard. It's like, because this is one of those things where, again, as being if you're a good person, it's really hard it feels selfish.
Yes. That's the part that I think is the hardest.
You feel like you're being selfish, and it's like, no, I'll just do it. No, I'll just do it. And it's like where you can say no. Like
you can say no.
Like having healthy boundaries is not a bad thing.
And maybe it's the best thing for other people around you.
Yeah.
Quick thought.
It's like, but like because the hard part is like, this is a touchy subject because it can be abused.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Like I've seen people like, no, I don't do that. No, I don't do this. Or no, it's like, okay, now you're just being lazy.
Yes. Right.
Well, these are my boundaries. It's like, okay,
I love it. All right, we're at 5 minutes. That's all. All right, you've been listening to the Uncommon Wealth Podcast. Until next time, put the oxygen mask on yourself first.
Yeah,
Thanks.
or jump in front of the reef.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Bye.
That's all for this episode, brought to you by Uncommon Wealth Partners. Be sure to visit uncommonwealth.com to learn more about our services. Don't miss an episode as we introduce you to inspiring people who are actively pursuing an uncommon life.